Davidson from Your Vet Online. Welcome, Lee.
Hi, Deb, and thank you so much for having me.
Thanks very much for coming along. So Your Vet Online, it's just like an on-demand chat service that people can contact you over.
Whoa, hang on. I thought I had the volume down. It's obviously not. We'll just get rid of that one. Yeah, no, it's been a few desperate times lately, hasn't it, with all this coronavirus, COVID-19 happening for many people?
Yeah. Well, that's why we wanted to bring you on as a subject matter expert this afternoon, just to answer a couple of questions that pet owners might have with regards to their pets, and also pet sitters as well.
Absolutely.
And you must have also gotten a few queries yourself. So we'll put a few questions to you now, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So just with regards to the coronavirus, we're wondering, can we pass it on to our pets?
Look, it's one of those things where we can never say never. So there has been one dog that did have signs of having the COVID-19 virus in its tonsils, but we've got to remember the circumstances around how that actually happened. Now, the owner of that dog gave that, lots of kisses, cuddling, extremely close contact, and they actually had COVID-19 themselves. So in normal situations, look, it's just not going to happen if you keep your distance. But look, we're only saying that for people that are actually infected with COVID-19. There's been no sign of any other animal and having actually got infected. And we've been testing. There's a big company that does a lot of the blood tests throughout the world. They have not found any test results showing any other animals. So there's been one out of so many. So the risk is very, very small.
Okay. And so in terms of dealing with our and handling our pets, should we be sanitizing our pets, for example, if we are using a pet sitter? Should pet sitters sanitize pets before handling them and after handling them? What should happen?
Yeah, I think we've got to be sensible here. If you're sick, then it's probably best that you try to limit your handling of your animals just to the main things that you need to do. So, food, that sort of thing. But make sure you wash your hands with soap. We know that soap kills and gets rid of this virus. So you don't even need to use hand sanitizer. Soap is just as good to get rid of it. So as long as you are taking those sort of precautions, there's absolutely no need to be bathing your animal or doing anything like that.
Just soap and water if you're worried about it being on their fur and things like that.
Look, I think that comes down to if you've actually got COVID-19, it's totally different recommendations to if you're just a person like you and I who are healthy, who don't have the virus. And I think we need to remember that. So people who actually have the disease need to take a few more precautions. But I wouldn't be washing your cat and washing your dog. I just wouldn't probably be handling it as much. And I would be washing myself more than them.
Okay. And just with regards to meet and greets, just for everyone out there, for both pet sitters and pet owners, the World Health Organization has just recommended social distancing. So can everyone just be mindful of that, we can do other things like say, g'day, away from a distance.
The Chinese head bow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
But should we be worried as well about, for example, our pets going and staying with a sitter and then picking the virus up from the sitter?
Hey, it's going to be, there's potential if that sitter has COVID-19 for some of that virus to go onto their coat and then become a source of infection for us. So in that circumstance, look, you might pick up your dog and give it a wash before you're coming home. But I doubt anyone's going to have a pet sitter that has COVID-19. The other thing, though, is you are wanting, like you're not going to be, there's no need to be washing your dogs more often than, or cats or anything like that. It's your hygiene. And we also know that there's no evidence that these pets can actually transmit the virus to us. Right. So that has not happened. So even the dog, that had a little bit of virus on them, that did not infect anybody. So we've got to be sensible about this. I think we have to just take a deep breath and go, okay, there's no evidence at the moment that we can become infected by our animals. Mm-hmm. And it's just mainly we could potentially put the virus on them if we were infected.
But just on their external.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And in terms of patting other pets and stuff like that, or gathering at a dog park, should I be doing that at the moment or just avoid it altogether? What should happen?
Yeah. Look, to be honest, I really think the risk is so minimal that I wouldn't be worrying too much. I'd actually have more issue with talking to other people. The transmission of this virus is human to human. We really need to just realize that our pets are not really the vector or the transmission agent here, So I would be going to the dog park and staying by myself. Like I'd be reading, a book or doing something and have my dog play by itself and not talk to anybody. I'd be that person in the corner.
Yeah. and so, for example, like if somebody wants to book a dog walker to come over, do you think with the whole social distancing thing that maybe a pet owner should drop, put a lead and just direct the pet sitter or dog walker to go to the owner's backyard and leash up the dog and then go for a walk rather than walking through the owner's house and things like that? And
I do think, that's what the recommendations are for businesses, for in general terms. So I think it's not a silly thing to think, to consider that. We just don't know. So any precaution you can take to keep at least 1.5 meters away from somebody, the better. I think we're just got to be sensible here. So I know with a lot of veterinary clinics now, we're starting to adopt situations where we ask for people to wait outside in their car. Give us a phone call.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, we're going to take the history over the phone, and then we'll send someone out to grab the animal. And it's because remember, you've got to be 15 minutes in close contact. So it's about minimizing that social interaction so that it's keep the distance a little bit and not longer than sort of 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. And then in terms of pet safe cleaning tips, what do you recommend? Are baby wipes enough, or is there particular products that I should use on my pet and that I shouldn't use in terms of just keeping them clean?
Yeah, well, anything like with these hand sanitizers, definitely don't recommend those. There are some just your normal pet shampoos, your normal, anything that's animal, related, definitely can use any of those. There are certain wipes that you can get from veterinary clinics and pet stores that if you just want to wipe, that's fine. But again, probably the only times you're going to be using those are if you're infected yourself. Not something, I really don't think we need to start going down that line of giving our pets washing them all the time or anything like that.
Yeah.
We'll actually create problems if we do that, dry the skin. We want to keep those essential oils so they don't start scratching and carrying on. So we've got to be sensible about this.
Yeah. All right. And then what about like working from home? Like what should we do if, in case we've got quite a serious job where, we've got to have a webcam into the boardroom and, we've got a pug, doing zoomies around, what should pet owners do to prevent their pets going a little bit stir crazy?
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting, isn't it? Because we usually spend a bit of time away from the house. So it will just be that I think you'll have the worst responses in the first sort of week, and then everyone will settle down after that once they realize, like, oh, okay, everyone's home. But don't forget, there's lots of, for your dogs and for your cats, you can do feeding toys, but the thing I'm going to predict here is make sure we don't want to see all these obese pets at the end of this period. Like I have this feeling that this might happen because we're at home, we're going to give more treats because it's only natural.
Yep.
And get fat animals. So make sure if you are home and you are a person that's tempted to give treats, that you actually think a little bit more about the food allocation for the day and then break that up so that you can use that for the treats that you're giving and don't overdo it.
Yes, good point. I think also, nose work might be good where it's not, they're still using their nose to stimulate their brain and senses and sniff and find things. But maybe just low fat? No, not low fat.
You can do low calorie,
low calorie kibble and stuff like that. So
and vegetables are a really good source of treats where it's very low cal. So that's always a good option. But as you said, nose works. You can. It's actually an amazing time to be able to teach your pets some obedience as well, because you have more time with them. I guess if you're really, really busy at work, just shut the door. But otherwise you'll be like that. Was it the Korean diplomat who was doing Skype that went viral? That was quite
they had the baby in the background.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, awesome. All right. So basically you're saying that there's nothing to be concerned about for pet owners at this stage with regards to transmission of the virus from their pet to them or them to their pet. And if there is any kind of transmission, that it's an external transmission and it won't result in your pets being ill. And that basically everyone should just keep up to date with the World Health Organization, and they can jump on your page as well and look out for updates. And is there any last tips that you?
Yeah, I think the big thing to remember at this stage is our pets are actually pretty lucky. Like they are not affected by this disease that we know of yet, and with the huge numbers of people that have actually got COVID-19, we've got to remember only one animal had anything wrong. So if something was going to happen, I'm absolutely positive we would have seen more. So I think we all just have to take a deep sigh of relief and just chill a little bit. But just be alert that if your pet does develop, snotty nose, a cough, or gets, or is feeling sick in any way, then it is a good idea to contact your vet or to use an online service such as Your Vet Online, because, then you're not transmitting anything either. And get that advice over, video chat, and then you can make the decision whether you need to go in and the precautions that you'd need to take if it came to that. But look, I really think we're very lucky. We don't have to worry about our pets too much.
Yep, great. Good advice. All right. Thank you, Dr. Lee, very much. And we look forward to reading more updates as the week goes by. And we thank you for your advice today.
No worries. And if there's any questions from anyone, I'm happy to pop on, keep an eye on the comments box and help anyone out if need be. So
all right. Thank you.
All right, then. You have a good
evening.
All right. See you. Bye.